Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are test driving one of the most sought after new vehicles on the market today, a 2023 Toyota RAV4 Hybrid XLE. And even in the middle of 2023, when automobile supplies are rebounding, the economy appears to be contracting by some measures anyway, and interest rates are higher than the balls on a giraffe, RAV4 hybrids are still selling for over MSRP, at least where I am in Southern California. So purely based on driving one of these cars, is it worth it? And, you know, from a driver's perspective, honestly, the answer is no. Toyota RAV4 is a fine automobile, very practical, very reliable, history of good resale value, you know, from a sort of Consumer Reports perspective, very good choice, but never been a great driver's car, and this one's no different. This hybrid powertrain allegedly has a combined, I think, 204 horsepower, and I'm currently in normal mode, and you just never really get the sensation of speed from this car, which, again, admittedly, it's not supposed to have. I mean, it's a Toyota RAV4 Hybrid. It's not a Veyron, but you are watching a test drive video, so I look at these things from a driver's perspective when I do them. The car's relatively comfortable. I don't love the seat. I'm 6'5" and a somewhat hefty person, and I find this to be one of the less comfortable seats that I have experienced amongst the recent small SUVs that I've tested. It might actually be the least comfortable seat, but your mileage may vary if you have a different body type from me. But I will say I'm normally not that picky when it comes to seat comfort. So the fact that it stands out to me that it's not super comfortable does say something. The ride is smooth, but not at the top of the class. The handling is okay, but I mean, it handles like a Toyota. Numb steering, relatively competent, but certainly not outstanding, and plenty of body motion if you push it. Obviously, the fuel economy is one of the things that must be very appealing to people on this car. I have not yet done my fuel economy test on the vehicle. I plan on doing that tonight. But so far, just from what I've observed driving it, it does seem to get very good gas mileage. It's funny, the ride is, it's not bad at all, but it's not quite as smooth as I would have expected. And there's little details in this car that are slightly off-putting to me, and it's small things. And it's the things that maybe I would notice because I drive so many different kinds of cars, but like on the door handle, there's no cup thing where I can put my little garage door opener for my garage. That annoys me. And it doesn't seem to have HomeLink either. So if I owned this car, which I never will, I couldn't program my garage door opener into the car. The buttons for like the heated steering wheel are way down low, and I don't know. I have a guy in a GMC Sierra truck right on my rear end. What do you want me to do, pal? I got a Mercedes in front of me and a friggin' dump truck in front of him, so this is the speed that we're doing on this road. No respect in a RAV4 hybrid, no respect. If I was in my own Crown Victoria Police Interceptor, he wouldn't be doing me like this. Yeah, the ride is busy on this car. You feel the road. And ordinarily, that's not something that would bother me, but I want good handling to go with it, which this car doesn't have. When you get on the gas, it gives you some power. The car is faster than it feels. Oh my gosh, this guy is right on my rear. What do you want me to do, buddy? Tailgating is something that annoys me greatly, especially in a situation like this where even if I wasn't in front of him, what would he do? Just get on the rear of this Mercedes SUV in front of me? Well, I have to go very slowly around this curve to be safe. Oh. I'd call him out on the internet, but he doesn't even have a front plate, which is not legal in the state of California. Go, pass me. You got a dually truck, you got some torque in there, pass me. Oh. No balls. No balls. There he goes. Esquaman, E-S-Q-M-A-N, with an illegal pass. Well, what an unpleasant person. I'm just glad I'm not him. All right, let's put this thing in sport and see what she's got. Oh, 40, 50, 60, 70. It is deceivingly fast when you're not paying attention to the speedometer. It actually does get up to speed pretty well. It just doesn't, you don't feel the sensation of speed, which is maybe not a good thing in a car that doesn't have the most capable chassis in the world. But I mean, let's be honest, the type of person that's gonna buy this car, they are not, they're not out for the best driving small SUV in the class. You know, they're buying it because, I don't know, it's a hybrid, it gets good gas mileage, it's a Toyota, it lasts forever, and the resale value, and they're willing to pay the Toyota tax to get those features, as opposed to going with what they may perceive as a less desirable option. I recently drove a Mitsubishi Outlander SE, and I mean, is the SE as good of the Outlander? Is that as good of a car as this is? Probably not, in all honesty, but it's close. And if I could get a discount on the Mitsubishi versus paying a few thousand over MSRP for one of these, so you're looking at a price difference of like 6 to 7 grand, even on a car that gets worse gas mileage and is gonna have worse resale value. You know, when you're talking about a 15 to 20% price difference, I might have to have a pretty hard look at the Mitsubishi, because I found that to be a more likable car than this Toyota RAV4 Hybrid. Oh, it just adjusted my steering for me. Thank you. Thank you for keeping me safe. The powertrain is very refined as far as hybrids go. You hear some gasoline engine noise when it turns on, but for the most part, you don't really feel it. It's extremely subtle, which is a good thing. I think the only hybrid, pure hybrid that I've driven that was more refined than this was probably the 2023 Honda Accord hybrid, and that is a slightly newer design than this RAV4. Although these RAV4 hybrids have the electronic all-wheel drive system, so this car can send power to the rear wheels, but it doesn't do it from the engine. It does it from a secondary electric motor in the hybrid powertrain, which is an interesting feature. And as somebody who grew up in a snowy area and has driven a lot in the snow, if I was looking for a car, like if I needed it to be good in the snow, like I was moving back to Tahoe, I don't think I would buy one of these, because I don't like the idea that the gas engine can't power the rear wheels on its own, and the power to the rear wheels is dependent on the charge state of the battery. To me, that is a disadvantage compared to traditional all-wheel drive systems. Now, with that being said, if it's just going to be the type of car where, you know, you might go skiing once or twice a year and you're not using it you know, day in and day out, 5 months out of the year in inclement weather, then it's probably fine. But if you live somewhere where you get a lot of snow, just for that one reason, I would probably advise you to consider other alternatives. You know, in this class, I think the Subaru Forester is still the king of the snowmobiles. Mazda CX-5 might be a good choice as well. Or even a regular standard gasoline RAV4 with the all-wheel drive option. Although I think especially Subaru's and probably Mazda's all-wheel drive is a little bit better than Toyota's. But, you know, I don't know that I would want one of these if I lived full-time in the snow, just because if your battery's at a low state of charge and you need traction on all 4 wheels, you might not get it if it can't power that secondary motor. But, you know, that's kind of up to you. And that's pretty much all I have to say about driving this RAV4 Hybrid. It's a good car, but not a great car, is my summation. And I personally don't believe it's worth what they're charging for it and what people are apparently paying for it. I understand they're reliable, and I understand they have very good resale value, but I think that you can get a combination of those features at a more reasonable price from other makes and models. If you bought one of these and you absolutely love it, good for you, but I don't see it personally. But anyways, leave me a comment. Let me know if you disagree with me. I'm sure you will if you're a Toyota owner. They're never shy about their feelings about their automobiles. And like the video, subscribe to the channel, all that great stuff, and have a great day. Bye-bye.